Okay, so this will be a new kind of video. It will be something called New Horde. So basically what this is, it's my idea of making Horde more balanced for computer games. In computer games, Horde has the white player has like a 25% chance of winning, which is quite low. Actually, I'm not sure if it's winning or just scoring, so draws count, but I think it's winning. And that's very low. In human games, though, it seems a bit balanced at about 53% or something like that. So, my idea was maybe. I messed around with the evaluations of Stockfish a bit. Well, an earlier version of Stockfish, and it was giving this setup as equal. But now it really favors white, and computer games it's giving upward to 90%. But still, I went on with this, and I thought that maybe we could make this so that humans, it might be more fair to humans. I mean, it should be expected that the white player will get even a bigger advantage, but among the strong players, it's considered, yeah, white is scoring 50%, but among the strong players, it's considered that black is basically winning by force in the normal horde. So maybe these two pawns will help. I don't know. This match is just proof of concept, basically. We're going to try something out. Okay, so let's just tell them to start the clocks. Also, just to explain how the match will take place. It's in a study. So the players will play the game in the study and they'll use a random game here for the clocks. So they'll just do random moves here. Okay, so the match begun. We won't take we won't look much at the clocks because they really shouldn't matter. So white makes a move here. Let me just tell them. Make a move here. Then press. Then make a move on the other ball. Game and press the clock. Okay. Oh great, we have 40 spectators. That's quite a lot. I want to popularize Horde. I want to popularize all variants. I think all of them have some beautiful hidden gems inside of them. Horde is really interesting because it's the only asymmetric variant offered on Chess. Okay, so now for the commentary on the game itself. Let's see the clocks. Stubenfisch used a bit of time for that. Okay, so Svenos is white, and Svenos is thinking here. So now it's Stubenfisch to move. So this is a standard idea in Horde. I can't draw. I can't draw at all. Okay, so you get this pawn here, so that your rook has more scope. In the future, you'd like to take here and maybe sacrifice the rook. It does look a bit one-sided for white in the starting position, but I think the black guys will prove quite the black. I mean the black player will prove. The black players will prove to have some sort of fighting chance. I might consider in future matches to just have like one pawn in the starting position, like maybe e5 or d5. We'll see about that. Okay, so what happened here? Black is trying to break down white's structure here. And white is sort of trying to suffocate black now with this massive pawns here. So white is going for queenside expansion. So this type of expansion here. I think I should remain on the same position, yes. But is there a way? Okay, anyway. 42 spectators, nice. So let's look at the clock situation. They're chewing up a lot of time. But I guess it makes sense since this is such a weird starting position for them. I wonder if any of the players prepared. I'm not sure. Oh, yes, these are my arrows. Or does he mean... Yeah, Stubenfisch was drawing some arrows. Can I be... viewer? If I leave the study... I don't know. There has been a lot of excellent work on Chess for the studies, but haven't been paying much attention, to be honest. So I'm not very much up to date with the functionality. Okay, so Stubenfisch, I guess, is drawing the arrows. I think my arrows don't go through because I'm not a contributor. I'm just a viewer. Anyway, okay, so black needs to get out of this suffocation on the queen side. So he decides to open up the center. It's looking a bit tough, though, for black. So e6. He's trying to break down the center. I would venture to say that maybe d6 was a move. Here, d6 is interesting. Wait, no, he just loses the pawn on... Okay, yeah, he can't move d6 because he loses this pawn. So c4 seems like a good idea. The problem is now that you can't ever advance one of these pawns. Well, this pawn you can't advance anyway because it's blocked, but I mean this guy. You can't advance him because of this. Because you drop c6. So... And white starts opening up, black starts opening up the position. So, what should white do here? I guess he's going to like fragment the pawns. If white takes, he might sack the knight. And then we have these Irish pawns here. Ah no, he doesn't go for that. Yeah, probably that isn't so good because there is some defense. So, okay, he took, and now we have queen c7. Let's look at the clock situation. Oh, Stubenfisch is way down on time. That's very interesting. So he chooses to lock down the king side, but now this knight is basically dead. And this bishop too, but I mean it does have some scope here. But this knight is completely dead now. And if this knight is dead, then this rook is dead. So this is looking tough already for black. This is looking quite tough. And black does sacrifice the knight, as I mentioned previously. That might be an idea of his. Now he's trying to break down this point. And if white supports this point, then this guy, after taking, becomes a bit weak, because he only has one defender. These pawns on the A and H files can become very weak. Okay. So, this match would probably take like 2.5 hours, so let's see. But white is making some good progress, I think. He locked down the king side, he killed 2 pieces, and black is having a tough time. Just to mention, by the way, that svenos and and Stubenfisch are two of the strongest Horde players ever. They're dedicated to the variant. Like, you have these dedicated members of the variant community, and they're definitely one of them. They're definitely part of this subgroup who are very dedicated to one specific variant. Like, just to mention some names, you have, like, let's say Tipao and Atomic, you have Jan Lee and Crazy House, you have Int and 3 Checks, you have like Jodel or Dragon Lord and Anti-Chess. Racing Kings, you have Fate's Warning. These are like the dedicated guys in Horde. I myself am I'm dedicated to 3 Checks as of now, but I also play like every variant, so. Okay, so actual commentary on what happened here. Yeah, black just really has no moves. He has to wait for white, and this position, yeah, white is looking very, very strong, because black's king side is dead, as I mentioned, and his queen side shouldn't be able to stop this mass of pawns. So he's considering sacrificing, I see. Wait, what was the... Oh, so now if takes, he... Yeah, well, white has to go for that. Yeah, white shouldn't take here, because that just ruins the pawns. Now if he pushes instead, he threatens this fork. So I think this is basically over for black. I'm not sure if I should... Let's look at the clocks. So yeah, Stubenfisch is in severe time trouble. Not sure if I should stop the match if, like, after 5 games white is winning all games. Probably not, because this is just a proof of concept, but yeah. Okay, so he resigned. So the first game goes to Stubenfisch, to svenos. So 1-0 svenos. Now let's take a look. From Stubenfisch's perspective. So svenos started with a5. Now Stubenfisch is starting with h5. And as you push a pawn on this flank, you push the other guy here. So this is like a mirror image of the first game. If you want to check out the opening, you see how these Horde masters play this opening. So a5, he pushed with h5, and here h5, he pushed with a5. Okay, so h4. Yeah, I mean, white doesn't want to commit yet. Rook a7, that's a very interesting move. Is he just trying to waste time? Yes. Yes, I've seen this a bit in Horde. Black actually argues that white is in Zugzwang. This is a very interesting concept in Horde. I'm not sure if it works on this new Horde though, because white does have much more firepower with these 2 extra pawns. The argument is that white is in Zugzwang, so he has to advance the pawns, and black just moves back and forth, and he wins by exploiting black's weaknesses. I mean, black wins by exploiting white's weaknesses. I'm getting black and white confused so much here. Okay, so now this f7 square is looking very tender. A future pawn from the f-file reaching here would come with devastating effect. So I don't think black will continue playing this Zugzwang stuff, because really I don't know if it's really working in this new Horde. Oh, I guess he proved me wrong. He wants to go for the Zugzwang stuff. Okay. And now it's Svenos who is taking time here. That's interesting. That's interesting. Maybe White's advantage is too big for humans. So f5, yeah, he wants to eventually push something to f7. Svenos continues to play that Zugzwang stuff. Let's see if he does prove it to be a Zugzwang. Also, yeah, I'm pronouncing this word in the American way. I don't want to pronounce it in the German way. Ah, he's drawing arrows again. Stubenfisch, the arrow fiend. Yo, Stubenfisch, stop drawing arrows. Okay. So now Stubenfisch is taking a deep think. Should close out of this tab. What's he trying to do here? Yeah, this is nice because now you can't push this because this drops. And once this drops, if the whole H file drops, that's a big problem. Okay, anyway, so White is pushing through. He wants to get e5, f6 in. But that's not possible at the moment. There are too many defenders. Not the king. Not the king. There are 2, 3, 4 defenders. So something will get sacrificed on this square. And black should be doing okay. So e5, f6 remains a possibility, but not now. For now, White is concentrating on just cramping black. Let's see if black continues with this Zugzwang stuff. Not sure if it will prove to be a success or not. Also, if you notice by the ratings, Svenos is quite a strong regular chess player as well. Stubenfisch is also very strong, especially for his age. But Svenos is the stronger orthodox chess player. If you want to see here, Svenos is the second highest rated Horde player, and Stubenfisch is at 6th. Okay. Anyway, I should return to the game and the clocks. So now Svenos is chewing up a lot of time. What happened here? e5. Okay, so he's going for that Zugzwang stuff. That's very interesting. Very, very interesting. I seem to be having connection issues. Oh no. That's a bit of a problem. Uh-oh. Well, there's nothing I can do, guys. I'm sorry. Apparently my connection is down. That's unfortunate. How will I keep you guys entertained? I guess I'll just wait for it to be back and continue recording. Okay, I'm sorry for that, guys. It didn't take long for the connection to be back, so I'm not going to like re-record this after the fact. And I mean, the clock doesn't really matter all that much. It's just so that the two players don't take forever. So let's just take a look at the game. Again, the Zugzwang stuff by black. White kept pushing through the pawns and... Oh, that's an interesting sacrifice. Why did he do that? Did he miss that, or was there a reason? I'm assuming, yeah, he wants to gain the tempos, so he decided to sacrifice the pawn. I mean, was that strictly necessary though? Why not take the pawn and then gain the tempos? I'm not so certain. So now we're at this position. Black is still playing the... but he's way down on time. And now white is threatening c7, so he has to do something. I mean, I don't know how much of a threat though c7 is. Yeah, Svenos agrees. He doesn't think it's much of a threat. So these pieces are completely out of the game. Well, this guy not so much, but these are, and this is... now he gets d7 in. But I guess he'll just sacrifice the knight. So... But he's chewing up a lot of clock. Oh my, he might lose on time. Please don't lose on time. I mean, we could increase the increment. But no, the match as it stands, I'm not going to change it really. Okay, so what's white doing now? He doesn't want to play d7, as that just loses all hopes of any advantage. You just trade all your advanced pawns for that crummy knight on b8. Whoa! Whoa, what was that? He just wins a4. Oh, was he lured into Svenos' time pressure? That's bad. And now d7 maybe? Maybe now his idea is d7 check. Okay, and now c6. And then c7 is a big check, because if you lose the queen... Oh, he does... Why is he not playing c6? Oh, because then, yeah, that exactly what Stubenfisch pointed out actually. c6 takes, and then b6 is hanging. Then maybe c5, but then b4 hangs. Yeah. So I think black is doing okay here. But Svenos is way down on time. We need to look at the clock situation every now and then. Exactly the line I calculated happened. Yes, this. And now the question is if black has enough time to pick up white's pawns. I mean, these guys on the queen side, king side are dummies, these pawns. They need ages to break through. What about... now he's going for these guys. a4, you lose this. Now I think white isn't doing so well, actually. f6 is never an option because of the sacrifices. Yes. Okay, but can a lone queen stop all these pawns? I think the answer is yes. I'm not sure though. Oh, Stubenfisch is way down on time again. Now he has to be careful of d6. Is d6 an issue? d6? No, you just take and take with the queen. The queen is doing a good job of defending d6. So that's very nice. And Stubenfisch is down on time, but oh, he's making it up. Okay, he can never reach these pawns though. Now d6, no? Oh, d6, yeah, he just takes and he has the bishop. So now he goes for this f6 stuff. Yes, it was important to take with the knight, because if you take with the pawn, you open up d6 then. So now... I think Svenos might have this though. I think we might see a win. And I'm rooting for a black to win just because I want this setup to be balanced. But I think it's a bit... Oh, now he has a mate threat. Ouch. Now c7 is mate. So how does black prevent that? Is he... Oh, he's going to lose on time. Oh no. Yeah, he needs to sack the queen now. Sacking the queen, the rook, and bishop against all of these pawns. Yeah, this is definitely lost now. So maybe it's I don't know. Maybe it's not that balanced. Maybe we should just add one pawn or something. Anyway, this is a proof of concept. No, oh, this doesn't protect against it. He needed to go here and sacrifice the queen. This doesn't. Ah. So yeah. Second game goes to Stubenfisch. Now let's go to game 3. So again a5. I assume they'll repeat the opening with h5. Now it's Svenos playing white. It's Svenos playing white. 61 spectators. That's very nice. I'm very happy to see Horde a bit with some degree of popularity. So yeah, the opening is repeated. A4. So the same concept. I think he went A4 in the first game as well. Yes. Yes. Okay. Rook H7. Okay, now Stubenfisch seems to have liked this idea of the Zugzwang. Ha, that's very interesting. I mean, it did prove to be quite good. Game 2. Game 2 did prove to be quite good. Okay, now they're repeating the same opening of game 2. But a mirror image of it. Not exactly the same opening. Though it might transpose now. Okay. So really that's you know, they say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. So Stubenfisch really liked the Zugzwang idea. I mean, not that he's unaware of it or that it was Svenos who created it. I'm not sure who came up with this idea in the Horde community. I'm not too up to date on that, but as far as I know, I've seen games, like I've watched some of Svenos' games and Stubenfisch's, and I've seen some games where they made use of that Zugzwang idea. So you just move your rook back and forth, and hope that white self-destructs. Not hope, you basically claim that white self-destructs because he has to move the pawns. This is a very interesting concept. It's like white has to move the pawns. He has to push forward. Pawns don't go backward in Horde and in chess, in Orthodox chess. So that's a very interesting concept because the pieces do move back. Okay, so we have a similar situation to the second game. Black is really cramped. His bishop and knight are purely defensive pieces, but at the same time, black is might hold the fort. Let's look at the clocks. Okay, they're very reasonable. C6. Okay. So now this kind of cramping, these fangs here, these beautiful white fangs here, are completely blocking black. So now we have to see if white will be able to create a breakthrough or not. What's white's idea for a breakthrough? F6 never works. D6 never works. They're all protected too many times. What other break is there? Maybe, yeah, he has to go for something on the queen side. But how? So what break will white do? how will white break through? I mean, this position is looking pretty, yeah, but eventually actual Zugzwang will be reached. Actual Zugzwang will be reached if white doesn't find the correct plan. Very nice play by Stubenfisch. How will white break through? He can't play d6, he can't play f6, he can't play b6. So eventually he will have to play those moves. And then we get to see whether they work or not. So now this is just the preparatory phase. Both sides are preparing the breakthrough. White is preparing the breakthrough and black is preparing to respond to such a breakthrough. So has white had enough of this, or will he push like a3, a2 and then go for the breakthrough? I think there's value in pushing these pawns. Yeah, why not? But white is really chewing up some time here. Ah, he goes, okay, finally he breaks through. I think he should have maybe pushed a3, a2 and then gone for it, but okay, he decides to do it now. So he decided on b6. Maybe because that's the weakest link in black's position. Now it's the counteracting phase of this game. The counterattack phase of this game. So black must now just munch on white's pawns. Haha, it's Stubenfisch who's repeating these moves. Okay, the problem is I'm synced, so I have to bear through this. What does black want to do now? I think he's at 2 minutes now. Yeah, almost. What does black want to do here? Taking wouldn't be so good. Well, apparently he thinks it's good. But this mass of pawns is like... This whole sector, there are no black pawns. So it's going to be difficult for black to really stop the pawns. Unless he has some concrete idea I'm missing. But again, these pieces are doing purely defensive roles. Just protecting f6 and d6. So I'm not so sure black is doing well here. Maybe if Stubenfisch loses this game, svenos might not repeat the Zugzwang idea. I'm not sure. Okay, he sacrifices this knight. What's good about the sacrifice though? Does he just want to sacrifice on e6 and then play queen a8? So like takes, yes, this, and then queen a8 and go after this guy. But then this mass of pawns is far too big, because these pieces are completely cut off, so they can't participate in the defense on the queen side. That's interesting. Okay. So Stubenfisch to move, and he's a bit down on time now. I think he might be lost. These queenside pawns look far too strong. Far too strong. He goes for the Zugzwang stuff. That's weird at this stage of the game. I would have tried... Nah, bishop e6 though. As we said, it's too much. He's going for the zugzwang stuff. I mean, is it... Yeah, b6, c7, he just... Wait, what does he do after b6, really? Oh, now he's sacking the rook. Okay, but this mass of pawns is huge. You have a queen versus how many pawns? A queen and a bishop. 12 points versus 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, I got distracted. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 points. Why didn't he take? That's strange. Okay, obviously I'm not understanding these moves. Okay, so he takes now. But why delay it? I don't know. I do not know. Okay. So... Wait, what happened? Did he resign? No, he's still thinking. Black is still thinking, but it doesn't look so great now. Doesn't look so great. So c7 came in now. Okay. c7 is in. If he moves the queen to, let's say, d7, c6 hits. So yeah, I think black will resign here. Yeah, I'm almost certain he'll resign here. Yeah. He did resign. They've started a new game. Okay. So it's game 4 here. Okay, let's see what's happening in the chat. Apparently, oh, Stubenfisch is... Yeah, Stubenfisch is playing white. He should be... No, he should be white now. Okay, what's going on with the players then? So yeah, this match is turning out into quite the spectacle. Okay, I guess this is resolved. So now b6 by Svenos. This is a new setup. As I said, they might switch their setups. So now this is a new kind of setup. Because they must have realized by now that the zugzwang stuff isn't really working. And yeah, the zugzwang stuff just didn't yield the required results, I guess. So now this b6 stuff, you like attack the pawns head on. Oh, a6, that's interesting. a6 is very interesting. So I guess the sacrifice now, like on a6, it doesn't yield much. Because white just advances the pawn to b5. So let's say knight takes a6, b takes a6, then bishop takes a6, and white plays b5 or something. It should be doing fine. And then after b5, and let's say like bishop b7, or maybe bishop c8 is more accurate, then c6. And black is far too cramped on the queen's side. So seeing how they played that like kingside cramp as well, they might even go for it now. So I'm not so sure. Anyway, let's see what they'll go for. I doubt the sacrifice will happen. I mean, these kinds of sacrifices, you either do them immediately or you don't like take your time calculating them, because there's like nothing really concrete to calculate. So what do the players want to do here? It's taking an awful lot of time. Okay, c6. Yeah, he doesn't go for the sacrifice. Instead, he wants to undermine like the b5 and d5 squares. This is an interesting setup. Okay, so white supports the b5 pawn. Sensible. That's very sensible. What would black like to do? Maybe he continues pushing the pawns and plays something like e6. Like this is a different kind of setup to the Zugzwang stuff. So he wants to undermine the pawns in this way by using his own pawns. That's what black wants to do. I think I'm learning quite a bit of new things in Horde. I have to say it's not my it's not a variant I play very frequently. Okay, so yeah, he goes for e6 as I predicted. Continuing with this kind of setup. Now maybe white locks it up with d6. That might be interesting. Then after d6 you lock up yes, d6. You lock up the entire queen side. So now the b8 knight is a dummy, the a8 knight is a dummy, the bishop on c8 is a dummy. So black tries to open up the king side a bit, but that won't help his dormant pieces. It will help his queen a bit. Now his queen has greater scope. It can eye a5 now. But I'm not really sure that's such a big issue for white, I mean. Okay. So what should black do now? Maybe g6? Nah, but g6 he just closes it up for good with f6. Maybe then black should play f6. f6 is interesting. h5 maybe, h6 or h5 also are interesting moves. So I think these are like the only 3 moves you should consider. Other moves just lose pieces. Black is so cramped, it's unbelievable. Like he's completely on the back foot here. So yeah, I guess yeah, f6 or h6. Let's see what happens. f6, well, white shouldn't. Yeah, h6. Okay, so he goes for h6. So now white probably closes it up with g6. I think that may be a possibility. Oh, he just, yeah, goes. Okay, now the sacrifice. Stubenfisch really needs to take better care of his clock. This is looking bad. This is looking quite bad for Stubenfisch. I meant svenos. Yeah. Keep getting confused. Okay, so white's breakthrough here is tougher than in other games, I think. Yeah, I think he'll prepare some breakthrough, maybe with b5. Though b5, you're just opening up hell on a5, on the a5 pawn. Black will be very happy to sacrifice there. So I'm not sure. Actually, I think Svenos did a good job to close up the position in a way to favor replying to breakthroughs with real aggression, a real counter punch. So let's see here. The clock is looking terrible, but the position is looking alright. I think Svenos did a good job here. Okay, that's interesting. Activating the rook like that. Was that maybe? I guess White will push past. So if he pushes past, then he has to play the b5 break. But the b5 break is never possible because of a5 hanging. And d5 looks well contained. So White is having some issues here. He's closing it down, but how is he going to break through? Well, here we might see something else though. White might not be able to break through. But oh yeah, the thing is, black doesn't... the thing here in Horde is that, okay, if white doesn't break through and black isn't able to break through, that means that white is lost. Because white has to push the pawns. Again, the concept of Zugzwang. So here he was forced to push this pawn. And this just might be actual Zugzwang. This is amazing play by black. Just amazing. Look, let's take a quick look how it transpired. Amazing play by black. Very nice. So now he's going to chew up the pawns there. And if he can contain these breaks here, then black is completely winning. He'll just chew up the pawns on the back rank and Bob's your uncle. Wow, that's an amazing concept by black. Svenos is a true genius of Horde. Stubenfisch, of course, has something to say about that. So if yeah, so if white keeps pushing the pawns, he'll lose the back rank pawns, and he has now to put all his money on the front pawns. So yeah, Svenos is a true genius of Horde, but Stubenfisch is of course he's also a true genius. These guys, I just admire these guys' Horde skill and dedication to this beautiful variant. Just as an aside. Okay. So actually I really like black in this position. I really do like black here. What will white do? Okay, he'll try to... But this doesn't look good. This doesn't look good. With the rook also protecting the 7th rank. The 7th rank is well protected by the rook. So white is going to have to deal with some issues here. How will he get the breakthrough now? b5, he just loses a5. I'm not sure though. He keeps drawing the arrows. f7. Ah, this is a cute concept. He wants to check here, then takes, and then f7. But then knight e7 is enough, because the e7 square is no longer controlled by a pawn. So what's he going to do here? Let's look at the clock situation. Anyways, Svenos was way down on time. Oh, now they're both in very big time pressure. Svenos is doing well to move instantly. Okay, just take here, I guess. Oh my god, he might lose on time. He almost lost on time. That was a big pause there. Now, don't lose on time. No. Oof. That's really close. But he's getting d7 in maybe. Or f6. f7 I mean. So this is looking very close. The clock situation is terrifying. Terrifying. Let's see here. So, wow. This is too big. Oh no, too big a time disadvantage. Oh, don't lose on time, Stubenfisch. Ah, he lost on time. Ouch. Dang it! I hate to see such a game end like that. That was getting interesting. I have to say sorry, but I have to rule in favor of Svenos, of course. Okay, well, why did I mess that up? Yeah, I have to rule in favor of Svenos. I think White actually might be doing well in this position. Yeah, I think he might be doing well. Well, yeah, the fifth game started. So it's... Whoa, what's the language there, Stubenfisch? Okay, so I think... so they messed up here. Okay, the score is now 3-1 Svenos. Winning a black game is huge, I think. So they should cancel this game here. Okay, 79 sync. Yeah, a5. I guess he'll go with h5. Let's see what he wants to do. Okay, so Svenos is white now. He could really make this an almost insurmountable lead if he wins this game as white, which I think he very well should. I think these pawns are far too strong. Because the Zugzwang ideas for black, I mean, brilliant play by black, it's still not leading anywhere. I was liking black in that position, but somehow white just has too many pawns. Just has too many pawns. I think this is a failed experiment on my part. There is an interesting starting setup with these pawns here, but these pawns missing. This is called centered Horde Chess, and I think Ubdip created that. He's a brilliant programmer who's testing Horde. I think he was the one who created this setup. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ubdip. But I think that one, even that one, there was quite a big advantage for white in computer games, in the realm of 65%. I figured it'd be the same in human chess game, in human Horde chess. But this setup with an extra 2 pawns, yeah, this looks broken. White is just having too big an advantage, I think. So we see a similar kind of opening. No more of this H-file and Zugzwang stuff. I did say in game 4 that Svenos would probably change his approach in the opening, and he did. So now it's just and Stubenfisch followed suit in the black game here as well. In this game, Stubenfisch is black, and he didn't go for that a5 h5 stuff as well, and just moving the rook around. So now it's looking like the fourth game, the same sort of structure. I think white is struggling more with this kind of stuff. I think the h-file Zugzwang stuff was much easier for white, as his breakthroughs really came with some strong punch. But now it's a bit different with these pawns here. So where will white's breakthrough come from? Already the a file is quite weak for white. He could push a4, but I mean eventually some sacrifice will happen on the a file and black will start coming in from the back. But the question is whether black can hold the fort here, because white's pawns are looking menacing. One thing I like about this game for black though, and I like very much, is that there are no immobilized pieces like in the other games. Like if you look at the first games, these pieces were just immobilized, and these pieces were doing defensive roles. If you compare it with this though, the king side is still has some life in it. But now this is looking a bit menacing. No, there's enough coverage on that square because the knight just sacrifices itself. So yeah, I'm not actually liking white here either. How does he break through? His pawns look quite weak. The beautiful thing in Horde, or like it's a beautiful thing of course, but I mean like a very good strategy in Horde is if you make use of your black pawns, because your black pawns supported by the pieces can stop a lot of like a big phalanx of pawns. Like let's say these two guys supported by some pieces can stop, let's say, like 10 pawns. This isn't anything exact or anything, don't take it literally, but this is the concept. While like 3 pieces, they can barely stop, let's say, 5 pawns. I mean, in Orthodox chess you see this, 2 pawns on the 6th rank, they're better than a rook, they outplay the rook. In Horde it's the same, so you need the support of your pawns. And black is doing quite well because these pawns are blocking the king side and queen side, and white's only advantage is in the center where he's unopposed by black pawns, but he really can't break through in the center because the bishop covers d6 and the knight and the queen pair cover f6. So these breakthroughs aren't possible, or if they are possible they need like precise calculation and a good follow-up. Okay, that's very interesting. Still, I don't see like white's plan here. And okay, let's just reply with yes. He's not spectating anymore. Is he in the chat here? And I'm Titus. Nope. Okay, we still have 37 spectators. That's great considering the match has progressed so far. Oh, Program. Shout out to Program Fox. I'm going to upload this video before I upload our 960 match video. But yeah, we played a nice 960 match with Program Fox. It was quite fun. Okay, so how's white going to break through? Now he's stopped. These pawns are now, all of these pawns, you see these pawns, these 5 pawns, they're immobilized by this rook. And that's quite a big deal because one rook, as I said, like it's sometimes not even worth 2 pawns, depending on how advanced they are. But here it stops these 5 pawns, because if you ever push, you just take this. And now it's blocking this pawn. So if you push b3, the rook just takes a3 and gobbles up the back rank. Well, if you move the b pawn, but you lose it anyway, because then the queen will come in and sack. If it's one common pattern I know in Horde, it's this pattern. The queen comes in, rook sacks, takes, queen takes, and then you gobble up these guys here, and come from behind. So yeah, that's an interesting one. Whoa. They're taking a lot of time. They're still in their 11th move. That's a bit weird. And black is chewing up a lot of time. I mean, I don't see the breakthrough for white, but still white has annoying threats. Not immediate threats, but I mean, yeah, it's difficult for black to develop. Oh, he goes for this. Interesting. What happens after? Yeah, white just takes, and now e6, or e6 is the argument that d6 is weak. But then you run into stuff on d7. So if e6, you have to move the queen, right? Let's say back here, then d7. Then what? Then maybe just king e7, and you can't push here because the king takes this pawn. That's interesting. Yeah, maybe. Okay, Stubenfisch is way down on time. Is this a recurring theme for every black player? Like every black player, well, not every, there have only been 2 black players here, but I mean, every time one of these guys is black, they take up a lot of time, more so than white. I guess it's just harder to play as well. Yeah, maybe this is a bit too broken. It's making for some very interesting games, though. I don't know which setup would be more balanced. Let's say the centered setup, which I mentioned earlier, the one that Ubdib proposed. Okay, so we get to see this idea I talked about. The queen rook here, and you gobble up these pawns. But look at these white pawns. These are going to... Okay, at least these guys are active, but they will just maul black. Anyway, yeah, I wonder which one is more balanced, the centered one, or just a normal horde setup plus 1 pawn, not 2 on e5 and d5, like just 1 on e5 or 1 on d5. I don't know. So now c7 is met by bishop takes d5, I guess. Ah, but you can't take back because he promotes. So you can't take twice here. Okay, black is trying to make use of his pieces to make white's pawns fragmented. Yeah, now d7 was a mate threat. Ah, he has to sack if he has to sack the queen. But the king is active. Let's look at the clock. Oh, way down on the clock. Now b7, just king takes c7. The king being active is quite a big deal in Horde, because the king can show up a lot of pawns. Oh wait, what happened? Did he lose? Ah, he just resigned. Okay, I guess. Maybe he should have played on? I don't know. Okay. Okay, so they want to take a short break. I just like being grammar Nazi. Okay, so they want to take a short break. Okay, so we're back. Let's see if black can actually win a clean game. So far it's looking quite one-sided. So the score is 4 for svenos. Let me just type that. An early closing of the queen side. Isn't that a bit weird because you allow the sacrifice? I guess it's too early. But maybe it's an idea, I don't know. These players know better, of course. I mean, it's obvious to everyone that the sacrifice is possible, but yeah. It's up to these players to judge correctly. Let's see here. So h6. He wants to use the rook, obviously. What else? He's maybe provoking white to play g6. Yeah, he does that. Actually, maybe it's helping white because he got to play g6. So that's interesting. Okay, he takes. Now this piece is immobilized. But the knight maybe has some scope as compared to other games. It's a very similar structure to the other games. Now I guess white will play d6. But I'm not so sure. Maybe that closes it up too much. Yeah, he goes with f5. He won't ever be able to play f6 though. I mean, he will, but like in other games, but they will require calculation. Just like not an automatic move that you can play. Because you're sacrificing something. So f5. What will black do? Okay, he decides to open up the center. That's interesting. Very interesting indeed. So okay, he's opening up the entire center. His queen side though in this game remains asleep. And his king side sort of as well, so I'm not liking this for black as much as like in the 5th game. In the 5th game I was really liking black. And the 4th a bit as well. But here I think black is not doing too great. But it's Svenos, you never know. He can come up with some brilliant ideas. d6 is a brilliant idea. So now if takes, white pawns are just fragmented. And he's doing a good job of controlling, like... did I just say job? Yeah. He's doing a good job of controlling c5 against Stubenfisch with the arrows. Okay. Whoa. Okay, that's some interesting analysis for you guys. Stubenfisch is kind to have shared that, but you shouldn't share it with Svenos. I'd like to take a vote. Well, how do you want me to... I mean, I could always ask him how he pronounces his handle. But what does the crowd think? The audience. Do you think, guys, that it should be svenos, venos, some other pronunciation? Okay, so takes. He did go for this. That's a bit surprising. Of course you're not going to take he. You are? That's very strange. Now it's just like you helped black out. He'd love to give up those pawns, but I guess he argues. But the d5 pawn is weak. You have to push c4, then push d6, and then push e5. So now the plan is c4 to maintain this guy, then push e5. That's going to take some time. Which one was a black win? Yeah, it was. It went 3-1, so it was the fourth game. So fourth due to time. Looking very tough for black in all of these positions. Just for what it's worth, if it looks like I'm typing slowly, I have a on Type Racer I average about 110 words per minute. Hey, don't toot your own horn. Just proud of that. No boasting intended. Okay, but that's really off topic. Enough about me. More about how white is completely winning in all of these positions. Yeah, but I actually think though that black might have a big chance here. So the guy I was replying to in the chat is Ubdip. He's the brilliant programmer I talked about. He's also like more interested in Horde than other variants, I think. Doesn't show up here though. I think him and Daniel Dugovic, they both did great work on Horde. I mean, Daniel created like the Stockfish multivariant fork, but I think he likes Horde a bit as well, because he's quite good at it. Ubdip is also good at 3 checks. I don't think I've played him though. No, I don't think so. Yeah, I haven't. So what's the development here? I didn't go. Okay, he went for c4, then e5. But black instead sacrificed some pieces for activity. But look at black's activity here. All his pieces almost are active. White has far too many pawns though. If black doesn't break through immediately, it's going to be quite bad. Let's see the clock situation. Again, guess who's down on time? Guess who is down on time? Black. Like in all the other games. White doesn't only have a positional advantage, he also, I mean, he forces black to get down on the clock, so he has a clock advantage. Because of the positional advantage, of course. But the positional advantage is so big that you get the clock advantage as well out of it. So what's going on here? Okay, let's sync. I mean, now it's a bit... Okay, he does have like g4, but he has to sacrifice 2 pieces. I think that's a bit much. But it might work. I mean, black does seem to have enough defensive resources. I'm not sure, this pawn mass is quite huge here. This pawn mass. These guys are immobilized though, which is quite cool. So these guys, all of these pawns are immobilized by just these two guys. But now if you get to break down this guy, they're no longer immobilized, so there's that. The G-pawn was very important here. Without this G-pawn, I think black is lost. Maybe with it, it's lost as he's lost as well. But now he gets, yeah, takes, and he wants to go G4. That's interesting. That's very interesting. But Svenos is really down on time. But in terms of the clock, like, Svenos doesn't flag. While Stubenfisch, he's flagged. In the fourth game, they completely won position. These queenside pawns are too strong now, I think. Ouch, if you have to do that, now just takes. These pawns are a huge mass now. Was that strictly necessary to give up the rook? It's influenced by the clock situation. Yeah, probably not, Mr. 5 times. We'll try one pawn 5 or e5 in the future. Just to prove I can type quickly. Okay. So the queen and rook against how many pawns is that? Let's try to count quickly. 15, 17, 19, 22 pawns. Okay. Definitely lost. Now just b7 and you have to go. You can't even go queen h2. That pawn is promoting. Yikes. Lost. Yes, now it's 4-2. I should mention that they should add a comment. Okay, but anyway. So yeah, Stubenfisch won with white here. So 4-2. The thing is that if white is winning all games, Stubenfisch must winning black game. And that's going to prove to be very difficult. Oh, they started. Oh, they're returning. Stubenfisch is returning to the Zugzwang stuff. I mean, in the second game, I think it was really interesting. In the third as well. I don't think the position was ever as good as like the fourth, fifth, and sixth game. Those positions looked quite good. What? He's just hanging g6? Well, no, he's trapping. So this, you have this. Wait, I think my moves go through. I'm a viewer, but I think they go through. Nah, I guess not. Or someone would have said something. I need to watch the Lead Chess video. There are some great videos on the Lead Chess channel about studies and the great functionality Lead Chess is using and building. Big shout out to Lead Chess, of course, for making this match possible. Okay, so why is Stubenfisch in the tank now? Is he? Oh, he might be actually considering rook takes g6. And then if f5, he might be considering rook f6 for some sort of rook sacrifice. But, oh, he is. Okay, this will be fun. This will be fun. I was sitting reclined in my chair, and now this move has forced me up. Huh? Who added these? Did the players do that? Or was this a sub-variation? Wait, what's actually going on here? I need to ask them, I think. I hate to intervene during these matches, but I need to ask. Six b6 or rook takes g6. Let's see. I guess this is the game. I should delete. No, this is the game. They have the chat closed off. Ah, right. They have the chat closed off. Okay, so let's say this is the game. Well, they could always message me. Do I take a peek at the messages? Okay, not from them. So yeah, this must be it. And they could turn off the chat and tell me as well, so it's not a problem. So it's c6, e6, nice. So again, I don't like when the king side is closed off. The pieces just aren't doing anything. Again, I'm not a big Horde expert, but this is just my opinion anyway, for what it's worth. Okay, now basically everything is closed off. Actually, this is funny. How does white create a breakthrough now? Yeah, he has to go for e5 and f6 maybe or something. But e5, black can choose not to respond, because after takes, you just take back with the e-pawn. This is looking actually quite bad for white, because he doesn't seem to have a breakthrough. And I know I said this about some other games, but in this position it looks like he really doesn't have a breakthrough. I mean, after e5 you can just not reply to the move. And now he's controlling c5. Very nice play by Svenos. Wait a minute. The last game, Stubenfisch won with white. So Svenos is white. Ah, yeah, it's Stubenfisch who's playing black. Svenos is white. Again, I apologize for the setup, but it's the best we could do. In the future, I guess we'll play with the proper clocks on maybe Program's site, Fox's site or something. So let's see here. We've been going on for almost an hour and a half. It's been quite fun. Game 7, a lucky number in most societies. So what do we have here? Yeah, white is struggling. White is struggling for a move. What is he to play? What is white to play here? Black is just... Now this is the Zugzwang black wants. It's with the king. Because he wants the queen here, protecting c5. This knight can't move. This bishop can't move. This bishop is immobilized. This knight can't move and this rook can't move. So the Zugzwang comes with the king. And The question is, can white break through? And I actually think he cannot. That's my... Because this is so bad compared to other games where white supposedly, or at least I suppose that he couldn't break through. But this is even worse. What's he going to play? Okay, this. Now black should automatically recapture. But just inputting the moves takes a bit of time. Okay, the breakthrough comes here. But will it be enough? I don't know. I think not, but could be wrong. Now f5 is threatened. Have to play e4 to cover that. Again with the Zugzwang stuff, maybe d6 now, but d6, c6 is horribly weak. So that's some nice play. Very nice play by black. Stubenfisch, if Stubenfisch wins this game, not only does he have a chance to tie the match because he gets white again, but this game would be a very brilliant strategic concept that Stubenfisch employed. I'm a fan of great art, so I root for black in this game, even though I remain impartial toward the end result, of course. As an organizer, I should always be impartial. But yeah, I mean, just for art's sake, black is doing some chess masterpiece here. And take a look at the times, they're quite even. Okay, black is a bit behind as always, but they are evenish. Okay, now c4 is forced, yes. But now this guy is very weak. So takes. He takes with this. Otherwise, if he takes with this, he loses this pawn. And now rook takes, then you get in here on this pawn. And if he pushes, you take. Okay, so that was a long line, but I think they'll go for it. Yes, now rook takes, b takes, queen takes, and if b2 to cover c1, you take a2. So let's see if they go for it. Why is Stubenfisch taking so much time? He might be worried that these pawns will be too strong, but I think you have d7 contained quite well. Stubenfisch is dangerously low on time though now. Okay, he does go for this. Did I say now what? I meant now at. I'm quite OCD with these grammar things. Oh, so he gets a tempo in. Okay, that's interesting. Now b6 is actually very interesting. Because if the queen takes, you just take the rook and you no longer have an attack on a3. So you make that rook sacrifice look silly. Huh. b6 might be a great move. b6. No, he chooses to go for something else. This might be equally as good. I'm surprised how these two extra pawns really help white out a lot. I mean, there was no clear breakthrough. It looked really bad for white. But the sheer quantity of pawns is just too much. Too much for anyone to handle. And now simply f7, king f8 and d6 maybe? No, but d6 hangs this. But who cares about hanging this? You get the queen. Oh no, it's hanging, you don't get anything. Yeah, so you support this first, then d6. Yes, the square is terribly weak. 63 spectators, that's amazing. That's great. And what's the clock situation? What? Oh, he resigned. Yeah, it looked lost. Damn, that's sad. I mean, Stubenfisch put up a great effort. Okay, this looks... this looks quite broken. For white. Unfortunately so. So, are they proceeding with this game or what? Was that message? Nope. Yes, a5. Now will Svenos go back for the Zugzwang stuff or what? Let's see. As we wait for Svenos to make a move. I mean, yeah, this was too big of a disadvantage. I think between strong players in human games, white will almost win all games. It'll be like the computer score, 95%. The problem is that there's a difference between the computer score and the human score in normal Horde. But that difference I'm not sure is at the higher levels. So the computer score is like 20% in the... or 25% in regular Horde. But humans it's 53%. I mentioned this in the introduction to this video. But among strong players, I think it's closer to the computer evaluation, to the computer numbers of 25%. And we're getting to see this here, because the computer score is 95% in this e5 plus d5 extra pawns setup. And in terms of humans, it's strong humans, it's basically the same. So yeah, this is very interesting. He's going for e6, g6, b6. This is a new setup. He's trying to block the pawns from the start and leave room for the pieces. So let's see if this approach brings the W for Svenos. That's funny. I'm the only spectator in the timed match, so I guess most people aren't aware that there are times here that they're playing on the clock. Two extra white pawns. Oh, now it's getting closed again. Maybe he should have waited with g6, though I'm not sure. Now it's looking really closed again. And possibly favoring white again. Because again, the king side is just gone. I mean, there was more of a fighting chance in the games where the king side and queen side were open, as compared to the games where they were closed. The games where they were closed, it was like a complete whitewash. Haha. Yes, that's correct. If Svenos wins this, Stubenfisch can't win. Actually, at best, Stubenfisch can now tie the match, but he needs to... So it's Stubenfisch playing white now, right? Yes, it's Stubenfisch playing white. So he needs to win game 9 as black, which is tough. But if he manages to do so, he ties the match, assuming he wins game 8 at 10. Okay, so this position opened up quite a bit. But I think black has lost too many pawns. He only has 3 now. These 3 won't be able to contain the mass of pawns on on the C, D, and E files. No, the total prize fund is 200. What is this? It's a horde match. Whoa! No, it's not that. It's not that easy, I think. $1,800 horde. I bet, like, between strong players, no. Well, maybe, but you're in 1800. I think, like, if you play this setup against Svenos, you'd probably lose quite a few wide games. I'll just say that I challenge anyone thinking it's easy to play. What do I want to say? I challenge anyone thinking it's easy to play white versus one of these guys. It's not rather hard to win as white, but there are a lot of intricacies you guys are missing because these guys are so strong. It's like watching Nakamura destroy someone in the Dutch, and you think, oh yeah, the Dutch is the best opening. Or actually, this doesn't make my case quite clear. I mean, let's say a super GM tells you that this line in the French is bad. But I mean, if you play it on club level, no one will refute it. And they won't even come close. You guys are missing out that these guys are phenomenal at this game. No, black is hard already. That's not the opinion of the strong Horde players, not at all. Most Horde players, well, I've talked to Stubenfisch. He thinks that black is easily winning, and he says that it's been known for a long time that black is easily winning. But even if your point is true, that doesn't mean... no, first place is 150, second is 50. Okay, but even if your point is true that black is having a very tough time here, I mean, it's one thing to acknowledge that, and it's another to prove that. Okay, so we're getting a similar structure to game 7. Let's see if black can do anything here. Again, black is far behind on the clock. It's 122 to 240. Okay. C5, yeah, he's going to start pushing these pawns. Black has to try to win the pawns like that, but once the queen is on the back rank, these forward pawns will be very tough. Isaac wants to use stock. Yeah. Would be easier to stop. Yeah, I mean, if you could use stockfish, that does change things a bit, right? Yes, black is looking better here, but it's a question if the queen is just too sidestepped. Not sidestepped, I mean sidetracked. He's drawing the arrows, that's funny. Okay, so can these forward pawns I mean, the backward pawns are going to be lost. You can forget about them. You just have to go all in with the forward pawns. Will they be enough? I think b6 is a very accurate move, in fact. What's the clock? Oh, they're evening up on time. Stockfish will evolve into Skynet. Yeah, first... I need a funny comment to reply to that. So Stockfish will evolve into Skynet. Skynet is a self 2.15. Yeah, because we're in stock. We have Stockfish 8 now. So in the future, Stockfish 17 will be Stockfish 15 will be Skynet. Okay, I think White does win this though. The queen is too sidetracked. But maybe I just don't know how to assess these positions, to be honest. They require lots of concrete calculation, and I, as a commentator, I don't have that luxury. Okay, so now if b7 you just take and play rook b8 and the pawn is lost. Okay, so black is going to... Hey, actually, oh no, this is looking quite good for black, because now b5 is threatened. Yes, exactly. Stubenfisch, or I think Svenos highlighted this. And they're evening up on time. That wasn't me, Isaac. That wasn't me. That's just for you, Isaac. His comments are so funny. Okay, but yeah, this is looking actually good for black now. Whoa, but Svenos, the time, don't lose on time, man. Yeah, it does look scary though, I have to admit. It's really close, I think. But I think black has the advantage. Ah, he's promoting. Oh yeah, this is a nice line. Takes. Then b7 here and c7. Whoops. So, he might have... Wait, why didn't he go for that? Okay, I have no idea. The time. Oh no, don't lose on time. He lost on time. Oh no, that was so good. Black loses on time. So they have it turned off, the chat. But they should. Wasn't d7 check winning? But I mean, it was looking... I don't know. I thought black was... I mean, yeah, the pawns are really menacing, but... I don't know. I just do not know. I thought... Wait, no, don't click out of this. Okay, I just want to look at, like, let's say this position with the board editor. I mean, maybe they started with game 9. Yeah, they did. Omnipresent, eh? Sub Fate's Warning. Fate's Warning is the Racing Kings guy. I'm going to make Racing Kings more popular as well, hopefully. So, board editor, analysis board, Horde. I mean, yeah, we can. The time is inconsequential, and we can always look back at the analysis. I mean, the moves. The time won't matter much until like the final time scrambles, because it's a reasonably large time. Oh yeah, he was winning. Yeah, I guess these pawns are too much. That's. Wow, I completely misread that, actually. Okay, okay, fine. So now another one of these setups. It's if white wins this, then Svenos is Svenos wins the match. At pockets $150. Wait, that was weird. Okay, shit, he actually took. Okay. Draw seems very unlikely. It's no. I'm not sure of the drawing percentage in Horde, but I think it's very, very low. Not as low as Crazy House, but very, very low. Very low. Stubenfisch now is black. Stubenfisch is black now. Again with the Zugzwang stuff, so let's see what that yields. Is this a skill? Like after 2 hours of commentating, my voice is starting to get strained. I'm not sure how, like, let's say, like the St. Louis broadcasters, they do that for 6-7 hours. That's very tiring on the voice. So what's happening here? Okay, the Zugzwang stuff. And now white is preparing the breakthroughs. I mean, I don't think black has even found a, like, good defensive setup. But maybe that's because there exists none. But, I mean, like sometimes in, let's say, 3 checks, you have a +5 position, but there's like one move to win. In this Horde setup, it looks like, okay, there is a limited amount of moves, first of all, because it's Horde. And second of all, it looks like black isn't able to trick white. Maybe it's because these guys are so strong, but that's what it's looking like. Yeah, 2 people thinking very hard. This exactly sums up this match. Especially when they're black. They're thinking really, really hard to try to push for something, but who knows. Okay, so again, now the queen side and king side are locked down. Again, I don't like the chances for black here. But let's see what happens. Okay, so an early b6. That's an interesting pawn sacrifice. Not the movie. Takes, and now the idea is b5, right? As we have seen in other games. Yes, interesting game. Horde itself is a very interesting variant, and this game is quite interesting, I agree. Woo! Fun with Horde. 47 spectators, that's great. That's great to see this. I mean, Horde and Racing Kings are like very strange variants. Atomic and that chess are very strange as well because they're very dissimilar to Orthodox chess. But Horde and Racing Kings are just, there's this aura of weirdness behind them. Three Checks and King of the Hill are very close to Orthodox chess, and Crazy House is really like Orthodox chess on steroids. Yes, no, there actually won't be a tiebreaker. I should have actually... There will be no tiebreaker. But they'll split the match. They'll split the prize. I should have mentioned that. Anyway. So now again, there's like this open sector of the board where there are no black pawns. And that looks quite bad. Black. So he needs to find something. The green arrows are being created by either Stubenfisch or svenos. Okay, so already we're on move 31, and what's it looking like? Yeah, Stubenfisch is down on the clock. As black has been every game. He needs to find... what kind of plan should he go for? What kind of plan is there? I mean... Whoa! What? He just doesn't respond to that? I mean... Okay, this is way beyond my head. Why doesn't he take? Because of Queen A5, but then B3. Oh, then Queen A3 hangs. Okay. I mean, the thing is, it's delayed by one move, like from the standard tactic of getting the queen here. And if the queen were already here, you immediately, after he takes, you immediately take. But here it's delayed by one move, yet it's still good. Or at least Svenos thinks it's good. So he blocks the queen's path now. And he's threatening c7. So takes. Why not take the rook now, though? Then you don't have queen a5. I think that would have been better. But who am I to judge? Okay, why not take the rook now? I didn't play g6. What happened then? Yes. Clocks are here. Clocks here. Okay, what's happening here? Do I delete these? What's happened now? Oh, he didn't play g6, he just took. Yeah, I was wondering, what the hell is g6? I mean, not taking the rook is weird, but... Also now, why doesn't he take the rook? Oh, because there's queen a8 now. Okay. But here, taking the rook, he goes bishop e6, then you take the knight, or the bishop with the f-pawn. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, white is doing well not to take the rook too, because the rook can't do anything. So I think black is completely lost here. And again, this variant is looking broken. So rook a6, alright. What if c7 now? Yes, yes, c7. How are you preventing the pawn pushes now? I mean, I guess you have to go to a8, right? Thing is, these pieces are big dummies. Huge dummies, they're not doing anything. You have the queen and rook versus all of these pawns. So that's why it's problematic. Okay, okay, let's see. How is white going to break through though? Maybe he places the pawn on b5, then goes c6, then goes b7. Wait, then c7 would hang. So it's not that easy, right? And if ever he plays d6, e6 is hanging. So it's not easy at all. Oh, but the zigzag stuff now? Guess you have to do it. The problem is these two dummies here. Especially this dummy. These dummies are very annoying. Yeah, Dansani would be very proud. Or is it Dansani? Dansani, I guess. They've played, yeah, almost 1000 games against it. Oh no, not 1000. Almost 300. Well, why am I so lazy? It's 306. So lazy to do the math. I'm not 462, it's 262. But yeah, still, these are quite a bit of games. Especially when you consider Horde is so left out, basically. It's such a left out variant. The position here is funny. Yes, they make random moves. but this one is actually very funny. Oh my, who's drawing these arrows? Yeah, Stubenfisch resigned after making a comical arrow fest. Okay, so it's 6-3 now, right? Svenos wins the match. Do you want to play the last game? Yeah. It's looking very broken. More fish, yeah, because this game was really funny. Ah, he plays 3 checks at quite a decent level, nice. Okay, let's see the 10th game. Just for completeness sake, I mean, I intended this to be a 10-game match. Like if Svenos had swept the first 6, I would have liked to see the remaining 4 as well. This is just a proof of concept. And before, I mean, I'll also do a small conclusion at the end of this video, but for now I can say that this was quite the failed experiment. Okay, let's see the final game then. The final battle is here. Go. Okay, so h5, is he going to repeat the Zugzwang stuff? I mean, the middle of the match saw them not repeating the Zugzwang stuff. Then they switched back to it at the end. And in the beginning they started with it as well. So yeah, there's... Oh, he's switching back now. That is Stubenfisch is switching back. No, who's black now? It's Svenos, right? Yes. Svenos is black now. These colors are reversed in their blitz random move thing. And I wish they weren't, because this adds, I guess, a layer of confusion to this whole thing. But yeah. So, h5, d6, e6, c6, h4. Again, a very similar setup to like the fifth game, I think it was. Black is going for what's it called? What's like the c6 d6 setup called in Orthodox chess? I'm not sure. Like d6 is the peer, or a transposer into that. The c6 is the Caro-Kann. Like the c6 d6 stuff is like some type of new age defense. Anyway, I guess white will close it up with b6. He's also considering g6. G6 may allow... yeah, g6 is good to close the king side as well. Ah, he's taking. That's interesting. So he's going for the breakthrough immediately. Or not. He's just stabilizing the queen side, then he goes for some sort of breakthrough later. Yeah, he stabilizes the queen side. Now black really has nothing to do there. And he'll close the king side, then go for the breakthrough and win in standard fashion. Really, after these 9 games, by the 10th game you get to realize just how big an advantage white has. And you get to see how these strong players are playing this, how they're playing out this big advantage. Game 7, I think it was such a nice effort by Stubenfisch though. Svenos did some real nice efforts earlier on with black, but Stubenfisch did some amazing effort. But still, it was never enough. And game 8, Svenos did, he almost got it. But I don't know, it's just, I guess it's too lost. The engine, by the way, gives like +7 now. When the earlier version of Stockfish, as I said, gave it an equal evaluation. It's funny, it's just too much programming work to get it to play like these asymmetrical variants. So there will always be some errors. At some point humans were really stronger than Stockfish. Like I think it was only 3 months ago or something that the new patch of Stockfish was more capable of beating humans, and it's now getting a plus score or winning all games, I'm not sure. Problem is there are too many variants to keep up to date on all of them, but that's the gist of the story, I think. So really not much to say here. White is now trying to open up the center. And one thing I like about black is that his queen side is developed. He has open lines on the queen side for his rooks. The king side isn't yet completely closed, so he might be able to make use of his g8 knight. And most importantly, he has 5 black pawns. There are 5 black pawns, so these pawns do a good job of containing the white pawns. That's going to be very interesting. d4, okay. White continues on with his attack in the center. h6. Okay, I'm not sure you want to provoke white to close the king side. Now you're killing your g8 knight and your h8 rook. I don't know. I'm not sure about this decision. Those are some funny arrows. Okay, sacking on d5? No, that doesn't really work. White just has far too many pawns, I think. Black now needs to create some counterplay on the queen side or he's going to lose. So yeah, let's see some counterplay by black. So aren't they taking an awful lot of time? Yes. They always reach like the middle game with under 2 minutes. At least for the black player. White sometimes... White's moves are also very much easy. I mean, there's a limited amount of moves you can make. Now with the Zugzwang stuff, you're forced to just push the pawns. So like it's very easy to do these moves. While black has to really think. The Zugzwang stuff he doesn't have to think, but when he has to break the Zugzwang, when he has to do something else, it's not that easy. So quite a long match we have here. It's almost 2 hours and 20 minutes long. Now this mass of pawns has to fight these... I really can't highlight these squares. These... Oh, there's actually the king to help. So these 5 against this armada of pawns. I think it might be possible. The sacrifice here, yeah, you got the 2 pawns, but white is coming in with some tempos. But it's unclear to me how white really advances. I guess it's d4, c4, d5. Yes, he goes for d4 first, of course. And not c4 immediately, because that would hang d4. So e3, c4, c5, d5. That's the plan. How does black stop? Yeah, black stop that. His a7 rook is looking a bit silly. The g8 knight is a bit silly. How does he want to activate those? Maybe queen a8, but then d3. You're doing nothing. And you also block the rook even further. Yeah, knight e7 seems sensible. Now you're controlling d5 really well. So even after e3, c4, d5, he can't push it. Okay, then this is looking quite promising. Now what you need to be careful of, okay, you have blocked d5, but now you need to be careful of b5. But b5 you always have pressure on a5, so wow, this is actually looking quite excellent. For white, for black I mean. But I've been proven wrong so many times, I'm not even sure anymore. So yeah, the Zugzwang stuff again. Okay, but is he going to play d5? Actually, if d5 and b5 are contained, that means that black is in Zugzwang, white is in Zugzwang. I would love to see a Zugzwang game, come on. Art over impartiality. e5, alright. Is he now he can never push well, not never, but he's not going to push d5. What's the point now? Maybe now he'll go for something with g5, but g5 also hangs h4 because of the rook. I mean h5, so I don't know. Is he breaking through? Is he not? I don't really know how to assess this. Svenos is a bit down on time, but nothing new there. Not I mean in case of Svenos, but I mean the black players are always behind on time. Okay, so he does push d5. Will black sacrifice the 2 pieces for the 3 pawns? Will he do that? Well, I guess he has no choice, right? You either do that or you lose. Will it be enough? Who knows? I think probably white. It's very tough. If I had to wager though, I think black is better. But it's really close. I mean the pawn armada is very strong there. In the center and the queen's side. So you need the rook on a8 so that if ever b5 or not. Well, you need something threatening a5 so that if ever b5 just take a5. Ah, this? Well, this is interesting. This is very interesting. Will the queen pick up all the pawns on the back? Huh. Oh, so what's the time? Oh, Svenos is way down on time. Way down on time. 7 seconds. Oh no. Might he flag? Okay, he's going to flag. Well, almost. Come on, don't flag, Svenos. This is too nice a game. And he might actually be going somewhere now. Ah, bringing in the king? Okay, then g5 is contained. This is very interesting. g5 now, okay. Okay. Oh, g7 now. g7 is looking like a problem. And now just, yeah, h6 and then h7 and the pawn promotes. And black is nowhere near in time. Uh-oh. He's one tempo short. Yeah, and the pawn just promotes now. Yup. And this game goes to white. So except for that one game where Stubenfisch flagged, white was basically winning all games. So this wasn't a very a very balanced variant, let's say. In the future we'll run tests on like different horde setups. This one I think was a failed experiment. The players have finished this match. They say they're GG's, and yeah, I mean white's advantage is too huge. Black may be lost in normal horde, but in this type of horde, black is I mean, black might be winning in regular horde, but you add 2 extra white pawns and black is completely losing. And I think even 1 extra pawn would be problematic, so a different kind of setup needs to be reached. Anyway, I think that's it for this video. Again, we'll try new setups. Possibly this might be a monthly thing. Congratulations to Svenos for winning the 150, and Stubenfisch came in second and he wins the 50. So thanks guys for this match, and I hope you liked it. For now, we shall sign off. Okay, cheers guys.